is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for Living a Primal Lifestyle with your host, Nico de Hann. And now, here's Nico de Hann.
Hi folks, this is Nico de Hann, and this is Living a Primal Lifestyle. It's Friday, March 16th, 2012. And it's time to talk about your health, fitness, and diet. My call-in number here is 877-927-6648 if you'd like to join the show. Our international number is 727-445-1044. Got a new Health Signals newsletter out right now, showing up, issue 6, and by signing up for it, you get it free for 30 days and then receive 2 issues each month for only $10 a month. Now, you'll get these issues on the first and third Friday of each and every month. If you'd like to contact me, my email address is nico@tfnn.com. If you have any comments or questions, I hope everybody's doing well in the chat room today and streaming live on the internet, on Tiger TV, and of course on the radio. It's sunny here, getting towards 80 degrees in downtown Clearwater, Florida. It's a beautiful day, folks. Beautiful day in Florida. You know, we Americans like to pride ourselves on having the best health care system in the world. But unfortunately, that's really not the case. Well, we actually have what I call a sick care system that waits until we become ill before it kind of kicks into action, instead of a healthcare system focused on helping us stay healthy. We certainly talk about prevention, but depending on your definition of that, we spend about maybe 1 to 3% of our $2 trillion in medical expenditures on public health. You know, by many measures, we do not rate favorably when we compare it to other countries, especially industrialized societies. Our behavior and lifestyle make us prone to illnesses that are chronic, complex, lifelong, and life-shortening. All of them make them they're very expensive to treat. That $2 trillion is far more than any other nation spends on a per capita basis. We spend almost $8,000 a year per person, about 50% of that more than the next closest developing country. And this expenditure is seriously and adversely affecting businesses, government, and, of course, each one of us. If benefits include medical insurance, if they're high, then our wages are correspondingly lower, our things show. The government cannot afford what it has promised either, with the current debate in Congress regarding the costs of Medicare. Now, each of us complains bitterly that the cost of care is too high and that we can't really do anything about it. Meanwhile, we may be pleased with our doctor, but not with our health care delivery system as a whole. The quality is subpar, preventable errors are really rampant, and some 47 million Americans are without insurance or access to medical care. Now, before the 1950s, physicians had relatively few tools with which to treat someone. The important part was really making a diagnosis, inform the patient and the family what the situation was and what the course of that illness would probably be like. He could provide some care, including treating pain with morphine, removing an inflamed appendix, let's say, sewing up lacerations, and delivering babies much more safely than he could have done without the assistance of, any trained individual. During the course of his practice, medicine began to change towards a more scientific basis. Now, to a larger degree, it was propelled by the influence of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and a hospital that's in Baltimore, Maryland. This was founded in the late 1800s. It instituted the idea that medicine was and should be a science, and it taught as a science-based medical program during 4 years of medical school plus practical training. And that established what we know today as the standard residency training program following medical school. Now, this approach caused a real dramatic change in the way physicians thought about medicine and patient care. Now, during this time, of course, insulin was discovered. That was around the 1920s. The first antibiotics in the 1930s. After World War II, the National Institutes of Health began to develop, grow, and distribute large sums of money across the country to various medical schools and within its own organization to conduct basic biomedical research. Now, the result is that today our ability to repair, restore, to function, or replace the organs, tissue, or cell have moved ahead at a dramatic pace and will do so even more quickly in the coming years. That's just natural. Concurrently, the pharmaceutical industry became scientific as well. Now, this resulted in a continual outpouring of new drugs that can relieve suffering, reverse harm, and cure many diseases while extending our lifespan, and that certainly happened. You know, with the arrival of science or genomics, it is possible to predict the outside set of diseases before it occurs, and thereby creating a preventative approach for each individual patient. All of this advancement occurred because of the shift to science-based medicine. This was introduced, less than 100 years ago, or only about 100 years ago. But another change happened. This change is very important because it hasn't really been appreciated. In the past, illnesses tend to be acute, meaning that they occurred, they were treated, and the patients either got better or they died. Today, most illnesses are chronic and much more complex. If a person survives the heart attack, they may have some damaged heart muscle. And so, heart failure develops. This condition with him will be for the rest of his life. And he might need more treatments and more medications and probably a number of hospitalizations, even with the ICU care. The major shift impacts how we should but do not organize the treatment of the patient and their disease. How we should but do not organize the payment system for that care. And how we should but do not use technologies wisely for care, and how we should but do not ensure quality and safety in patient care. Now, this change is profound. Though they are aware of the change towards increasing chronic illnesses, physicians too tend to want to preserve the current practice methods, which were developed over the years to handle the simple or acute illnesses, even though the current chronic and more complex illnesses require a different approach. In that period of scientific advancement and the rise, of the frequency of chronic illnesses, we also began to lose the true connection between the patient and the physician. Most of us as patients feel that we don't get enough time with our physicians. That's certainly true. From the physician's perspective, he or she feels that there's not enough time to spend with each individual patient, and make enough money. Certainly not enough time to learn about the family, the environment in which the patients live, and therefore in which the patient's disease has occurred. And really not enough time to focus on prevention or instructions or even fully discuss the plan for caring for a specific illness or a problem. Instead, too much time is spent following mandates, filling out forms. Often forms are filled out repetitively, and then they are paid, a lot less than what their time and effort, at least that they feel is worth. Certainly the doctors that I talk to feel that their future has changed as far as what they're making. Certainly their sons and daughters are not going to be making what they made. So it's no longer making, the type of lifestyle that they're used to. So things have changed a lot. I went to the doctor this morning because last Wednesday in jiu-jitsu I got injured. Kind of my own fault. I was wrestling with this new guy who was a white belt, and he was from Russia. Probably knew something about the Russian jiu-jitsu, certainly not about the way we treat each other in the dojo. He was very rough, even though I said, let's take it nice and easy and just let's learn from each other. He didn't speak English very much, so I don't think he got the gist of it. So anyway, he jammed my ankle, heard a big crack. I thought, oh boy, here just before the Pan Am's coming along. But I went to the doctor today and walked into the office, and luckily I got in. And the only reason I got in today, because normally this doctor, a very good orthopedic doctor, has about a 2-week waiting list. Imagine, having pain in your ankle or anywhere else, or maybe a broken bone, and waiting 2 weeks to see the doctor, just for an X-ray. So it is kind of ridiculous, but because I work with a physical therapist that works closely with this doctor, I got in 2 days. So I'll go into the doctor, I get in there about 9:30 this morning, and place is jammed. I mean, they're sending people through this pretty fast. Even though the Dr. Woods took real good care of me, informed me that I had no break, I had no sprain, no tear, I just had some bruising. So that was definitely a relief. He said I should be good in about 7 to 10 days. And I got the Pan Ams coming up in I'll be fighting 2 weeks from Saturday. So that was a big concern for me for sure. But I think I'll be healing pretty fast. It's starting to feel better. In fact, as soon as he told me that, it seemed like it picked up. It's amazing how your mind really has a lot to do with how you feel. So that kind of lifted me up. I called my wife right away, let her know. She was relieved. So looks like we're still on, so that's really good. But the doctors have really changed, because I remember when I was growing up and I was in elementary school and would visit the doctor and be the doctor for many years that we'd see. They knew the entire family, knew the whole family history, knew the environment that we were in, and I think that gave the doctor a lot of information, just knowing that. Today, the doctor, your wife might be seeing one doctor, you might be seeing somebody else, knows nothing about your living conditions, might know a little bit about your diet if they inquire, but most of them do not, and most of them don't seem to care. They care about the blood pressure, they care about the cholesterol, and all these little markers that they have, a lot of which I have found out through my research that some of them really don't mean as much as it seems, because the culture, the information that the doctors are getting today are from a lot of the drug companies, and of course they're pushing the certain drugs. So that's disturbing in our healthcare system. And also the healthcare system relates to cost. So it depends how much you can pay, and how much you're willing to pay is how the quality of care that you're going to get. Certainly you're not going to get the same care from a doctor who's going to be charging less, perhaps, than one who's charging a heck of a lot more. We always want to get the best for what we want. So it certainly is not the best, and it seems to be going downhill. Things are going faster and faster, and we don't have enough time to spend with each other as a medical care doctor to patients. So that's very disturbing. A lot of this information you can pick up from my Health Signals newsletter. You get value for value, because if you pick this up, it's only $10 a month. You get 2 issues a month packed full of information that will steer you in the right direction of where you want to go with your health. And it's really up to us to determine whether we're going to be healthy or not. Because if we listen to what's going on out there, we're not going to be healthy. So listen to what's going on in here and pick up my Health Signals newsletter. Also, folks, pick up the phone and give me a call at 877-927-6648, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective and maximize your returns. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to Living a Primal Lifestyle, folks. This is TFNN.com, and it's Nico here, and the number here is 877-927-6648. Also like to send you to my new website, which is livingaprimallifestyle.com. And I'm going to be posting articles and blogs on there as we go. But you'll also be able to see the videos of the shows. They're archived on the site. So you can go right there and check it out. Also, of course, archived on the TFNN site and on iTunes are the audio versions of the show. And you can always contact me at nico@tfnn.com for any questions or comments. In fact, I got a comment this morning on my email from William. And he says, "Hi, Nico. Love your program. I've been a loyal listener since the first episode." Wow, thank you. "After listening to you and Dr. Mark Hyman on a local public broadcast station, my wife and I decided to give up rice, pasta, and bread about a week ago. My wife and I exercise vigorously 4 to 5 times a week, including jogging, weightlifting, and cardio exercise, insanity, and Nike training. We are not overweight by any means. But we do feel our tummy area is tighter now after we are on a new diet." Wonderful. Personally, I do not crave. I am not craving for foods as I used to be, and the intensity of hunger is much lessened. It is not easy for Asian Americans, Chinese to be precise, to give up rice as you know it. Are you familiar with Dr. Hyman's The Blood Sugar Solution? There are a lot of similarities between his and your programs. Yeah, I am familiar with Mark Hyman's, and his blood sugar is what we talk about on our show. And he comes from a medical background, of course, and he's looking at it from the way our body is reacting to food. And certainly, when you're talking about sugar and glucose, you're talking about how the body reacts to the different foods, and especially, of course, the starches, which are, of course, all the grains and the beans and the potatoes, and of course, all your sodas and not only that, but fruity drinks, juicing, all those things. When you're taking the fiber out of it, your body is going to react a little more adversely to it. And of course, we often talk about the sugar connection there. And of course, the culprit in that is the insulin, which as soon as insulin starts to level out that sugar in your body, because that's really protecting you, what happens is the insulin starts storing the carbohydrate as fat. And that's the thing you really need to get your brain wrapped around, is that as soon as you start eating carbohydrates, that insulin is going to start, that's your fat storage hormone. And that's going to start storing that carbohydrate as fat. So really your dietary fat, the fat that you eat from animal products, and that is not going to turn to fat in your body. It actually is burned. So that's the real connection that we're trying to get across from you, is that when you start eating potato chips and start eating the junk food and go to the store and get the ice cream, things like that, they can really have a dramatic effect on you and start storing that fat, and you're going to feel it around your stomach or your hips or wherever that fat cells are being sent by your body. And it causes a lot of other problems, of course. Another thing that he mentions in here is a testosterone supplement called Aegis Male or T-Gen, etc., necessary for men over 40. I saw a lot of TV ads promoting it, but we know better not to trust those ads. Well, that's for sure, William. Part of the advertising is they make a lot of money from advertising, and do your own investigation, but most of these antidotes are very expensive, first of all. They may or may not work, and usually you can find other sources that are much less expensive. The first thing, of course, adjusting your diet is going to have the profound effect, because most of the problems with the starches and the grains and these things that I mentioned not to eat cause inflammation in your body, besides the storing of fat. And that inflammation slowly starts to wear on your body. So when you get over 40 and you've been eating this way for many years, then these problems are a result of what you've been eating over those 20 years or more. So, this is what's causing the problem, and you don't cover it up by trying to take something that's going to help it. Yeah, it may help it, but why not adjust your diet and then you're helping your whole body, just not that one area that you're concerned about. So, very important to first adjust the diet. That's the key. The rest of the stuff you can add as you go along, depending on your finances, depending how far you want to go with your investigation. And you need to investigate this stuff yourself. Sure, I'm here to help you, and same with Dr. Hyman, and the community is growing. There's a big, big community. I'll talk about that as we go into the after the next break. So stick around, folks. You can call me here at 877-927-6648. Please pick up my Health Signals newsletter. I got a new issue, and it's right on the board right now. So check it out. Check out the sample. There's a new sample up there, too. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups and equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this traders market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
In the world of financial markets, there's a new player in town with an exciting new way to trade the markets. Nadex now offers binary options as well as bull spreads in a wide range of indices along with commodity and forex markets. With as little as $100, you can gain access to a new way to trade global financial markets while guaranteeing that your risk will always be capped. Nadex allows you to multiply your trading opportunities in ways never imagined before and access markets you once thought were out of reach. With short-term trading opportunities available, including binary options expiring each hour the market is open, Nadex allows you to take advantage of a variety of market conditions regardless of volatility or market direction. Now is the time to take advantage of this exciting new market. Don't let this trading opportunity pass you by. Open your account today by clicking on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Nadex, a better way to trade.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the opening call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his opening call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his opening call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the opening call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Hi, folks. Turns out my best student became my best teacher. Steve Rhodes absolutely raised my standards, and I'll guarantee he'll raise yours.
Thanks, Tom. What I've learned is that if you want more, you must become more. And that transformation, folks, that occurs the moment you decide to become a master. Now, the quickest way to mastery is through immersion. And for 2 solid days in Denver, Boston, and Tampa, I'll create a new standard of wealth for those few trader investors who have a burning desire to succeed. At my Master Trader course, I'll teach you how to create the ultimate money machine. These are the best kept secrets in the business. Roadblocks, folks. Dabblers give up when they first appear. Stressors last just a little bit longer, but masters expect roadblocks and achieve extraordinary results when they bust right through them. I have all the benefit of knowing the type of wealth creation that I can generate for you. You don't. That's why I'm making this unconditional money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not satisfied with my Master Trader course, I'll refund every penny. That's right. I take all the risk and you get all the benefit. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com and sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Nico on Living a Primal Lifestyle, and primal living is what we're all about here. Please pick up my Health Signals newsletter. I got a new issue that's right on the board right now, so go to the website, check it out. You receive it free for 30 days. It's only $10 a month after that, so please, take a look at that, because real important for your health, and you'll learn a lot, believe me. You can contact me at 877-927-6648, or you can email me at nico@tfnn.com, which many people do, and I really appreciate it. My Health Signals newsletter is out. I just want to give you a little rundown what's in it. Real research on how fructose causes obesity and other illnesses. Of course, fructose is in just about everything these days, so this is really important. It also plays a role in diabetes, obesity, other health conditions, and specifically common in children with functional abdominal pain. So, read this stuff. It's really important. About our healthcare system, which I covered in the first segment, the disease machine, and why drug makers are keeping us sick. And I'm sure in some boardroom somewhere, somebody is coming up with new diseases. I know there's a lot of functional disability diseases that I never heard of when I was a child, and we're getting more and more diseases. They're having more and more immunizations and different kinds of drugs for these things. That's just the way our system kind of works. There's some infographs on here about the ultimate guide to eating paleo. I thought these were real interesting, so I put that in there. And it's a good way for you to really see what's going on. There's a spotlight on minding my mitochondria, and there's a beautiful YouTube video on this with Dr. Terry Walls. So it's about his book, and you think you'll find it really informative. Very interesting study called the Berlin Study, and this has to do with habits of studying, habits of practice, whether it's playing the violin or just study habits. It's a very interesting study that you should take a look at. An article about the sun is a vitamin and how that works, and why vitamin D, particularly D3, is so important for us, and how we should get sunlight. And if you can't get enough sunlight, you certainly need to check out the vitamin D. It's really related to a complete healthy body and mind. An article about great soil and why the relationship between how great the soil is and how great the food is. That really kind of makes sense, because the animals that we eat things that are growing in the soil. So if we want great vegetables or we want great products from our animals, we need to pay attention to the soil. And in today's age, I think it becomes more and more important, because we know that the soil is depleting in many areas. Another article on why wasting animal protein is really unethical and how to go about not doing that. A lot of links in all these articles to various things that will probably capture your attention. There's a beautiful book on this subject called The American Wasteland. Another article, and this is the local, and a friend of mine, Alexandra, has a boyfriend, and he has survived cancer, a form of leukemia that mostly in young people, and he was diagnosed, and a very strong young man. He's an athlete. He does paintball competitions, and he and his girlfriend have beat this disease. They've gone through all the testing, and he shows no cancer, whatever. Great story. It's very local, dear to my heart, so check that out. Here's some reasons why we should be using coconut oil. I'll just go through some of these. Eat a spoonful of coconut oil when you need energy. It gives you a real boost. Use it as a base for homemade body scrub. Use it to condition your wooden cutting board. Use it as a super conditioner on your hair. You apply it to your dry hair, leave it on as long as possible, and then you can shampoo as normal. Use it as a styling agent if you have really dry hair. You just rub a little bit in your palm of your hands, and then you can style your hair with it. Keep a little container in your purse for lip moisturizer. You can add a spoonful to your dog or cat's food. It really helps the fur. Replace nasty, unhealthy vegetable oils in your cooking with baking with coconut oil. It makes a great ice cream shell. If you're making some real natural ice cream, or you happen to know a store that carries very natural, heavy cream ice cream, you can top it with coconut oil, and they have a coca version of the coconut oil, or even coconut butter works really well, and you spread it over that. You just heat the coconut butter. You have to heat it a little bit to get a liquid, and then you just pour it over there, and it makes that hard candy shell, only it's made out of fat. What could be better? Fat's so important to us. You can use a little dab on your underarms for a natural deodorant. How many people know that? Use coconut oil instead of shaving cream. I haven't tried that one myself. Add it to your bathtub for moisturizing soak. And you can also use a drop of peppermint oil with that. Use it as a makeup remover. It's good for you ladies. Use it to help soothe chicken pox, shingles, other rashes, or skin irritations. Use it to treat athlete's foot, ringworm, other fungal or yeast infections. Take a spoonful of coconut oil with your vitamins to help improve absorption. Spread a thin layer on cuts or burns to speed up the healing. Take up to 5 spoonfuls every day for improved thyroid function. A lot of people today have thyroid problems. This is a great solution. Add a spoonful to your smoothie for extra nutrition and flavor. Got a couple samples in here. Just press the little tabs there that say here, here, and here. Use a delicate tissue around your eyes to prevent wrinkles and sagging. Use it as a base for homemade toothpaste or lotion. Use it in place of massage oil. You can use it on your baby's diaper rash or cradle cap. Use it to reduce visibility of stretch marks or preventing stretch marks. For nursing mothers, use coconut oil on your nipples to prevent cracking and irritation. For nursing mothers, consume coconut oil will increase your milk flow. Used to apply to bee stings, bug stings, to soothe and heal the wound. Women can use this for yeast infections, dryness, or discomfort. You can eat a spoonful with each meal to improve digestion. If you're prone to nosebleed, coat the inside of your nostrils with coconut oil regularly. Helps soothe hemorrhoids. I use it as a base for a homemade Vapo Rub. You can mix it with peppermint, lemon balm, rosemary, or tea tree oil. Makes an excellent insect repellent. Mix it with baking soda as a non-toxic goo gone. So it takes care of the goo. Use it to detox the body during a cleanse or fast. Use it as a metal polish, but always test the small area first. Use it as a leather moisturizer. Season your cast iron pans. Use the oil on your pans and baking dishes instead of the pan spray. If you get gum stuck in your hair, you can use the coconut oil without having to cut your hair. You can use it instead of WD-40 for household uses. You can use it as a personal lubricant, but it's not safe with latex, so be careful. Take a spoonful to help with heartburn, acid reflux, or indigestions. Use it as a natural sunscreen. Mix it with a tiny bit of fresh lemon juice and use it as furniture polish. And, of course, always test that first on your wood. Mix it with butter or toss your popcorn on it. That way, I don't eat popcorn anyway. Use it on cracks or rough heels to smooth them out. Massage into your nails and cuticles to help strengthen them. Use it as a base for homemade chocolate candy, like peanut butter cups, and take a spoonful every day for the help of your overall immune function. So 52 uses for coconut oil. Got some great recipes today in my new health signals. One is a recipe with lamb in it. I think you'll find this very, very good. It's dairy-free and gluten-free. Now, for exercises, I have a constant motion weight circuit program all laid out here with push-ups and body weight squats, assisted chin-ups, lunges, and standing calf raises. It's you go through a certain tempo, you rest for 30 seconds in between. Very good. And the last thing, picture of me doing jiu-jitsu with a friend of mine, Tom. So, nice picture. Training for the Pan Ams as we go. So that's my newsletter. Please pick it up. It's only $10 a month, and you receive it every first and third Friday of the month. So please check that out for me and for yourself. Very good. So we were talking about the healthcare industry and the problems we have with that. And we're also talking about the paleo community. And that's really growing. There's a lot of different conventions going on. I'm listening to a lot of different podcasts from people who are in the paleo movement, the Primal movement, as some call it, as I call it. And really no difference between it. But what we're talking about, of course, is eating much more naturally, the way we used to eat for thousands of years. And the span of how we ate is so long a certain way, and only in the last 50 to 100 years have we really dramatically changed it. And then for maybe a couple of thousand, maybe up to 10,000 years in some areas of the globe, we really changed it by that movement to agriculture, where we started growing seeds, more importantly grass seeds, and started cultivating vegetables and cultivating fruits. And I think that's always going to be with us, the cultivating of different plants to help us grow more food. But there's a lot of much more interesting ways that we're doing it. I read an article the other day that there's I think Seattle it was, is starting to build a wild park where they're going to be growing vegetables and fruits and different nuts and things in their park, and having people, I guess, go there and pick these things. I didn't get through the full article, but I caught a glimpse of it. And I think it's just a wonderful idea, because I'm all for wild areas. I think as we plan communities in the future, we really need to have wild areas encompassed in these communities, so we can breathe a little bit easier. We're not so close together, and in places where we are close together, we need to incorporate these things in our buildings and start growing things in our buildings. When you're moving things up into buildings, there's certainly a lot of room for atriums to be built, and certainly growing vegetables, doing a lot of neat things. And that's happening in a lot of cities like Vancouver and Seattle, mostly out west, but I'm sure that's happening in Europe too. There's always going to be people that are inventing new and interesting ways of growing great crops. And instead of these monocrops and the grains and the grass seeds with rice and things like that, which are really ruining our topsoil. So, we need to start investigating these things. And this is what my Health Signals is investigating, and I'm going to put that in future episodes of that. So, please check out my Health Signals newsletter. Very important to not only support me and the show, but to get yourself informed. You can get this in one place. You can also call me at 877-927-6648 and give me a call, and we'll talk about this. But as long as there's nobody on the line, I'll just keep on going. It's important to form good habits. And I was reading a book the other day called The Power of Habits, and this really indicates that when a habit is formed, the activity is really etched in our brain, and we do things so automatically. Take backing out of your garage. When we learned this, it was just a dynamic thing. Boy, so many things. Adjust the mirror, put your seatbelt on, get all the side mirrors right, make sure the seat is right, look over this shoulder, look over that shoulder. And now when we jump in the car, it seems like it's an automatic thing. We don't have to think about it. So our mind is totally on automatic, and we have so many functions in our society that we do that are totally automatic. And one of those things, of course, is eating. And we don't even think about it. We slap a piece of bread together, put something on it, and there you have a sandwich. And to change that paradigm of not wanting that sandwich means you have to change the habit too. So when we're talking about how to change what we eat, I always tell people, why not change breakfast first? Get away from the cereal and the porridge and the rolled oats and all that stuff, and start eating bacon and eggs, or start eating some form of nutrition that evolves around good protein and fat. And of course, when we talk about fat, we're not talking about vegetable oils. We're talking about good fat like lard or ghee or coconut oil or some animal fat or some butter if you can, if you're not allergic to the cow products. So that's really the place to start, and you can start slowly. Some people who are very healthy can just, like I did, I changed immediately, and it was not a problem for me. But I do find people need a step-by-step program. So, we'll be covering that more on this show as we go along. So, got one more segment left, so please stick around. Pick up my Health Signals newsletter during the break. You can get it on the TFNN website, TFNN.com, and it's right under newsletter. You can also go to livingaprimallifestyle.com, direct link to the shows and to the newsletter. So I'll be back in a couple minutes, folks.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume and the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. This is the last segment. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes here. So we have a caller on the line, Ken from Palm Harbor. Hey, Ken, how's it going today?
Doing pretty good.
What can I do for you?
I really enjoy your show and listening to it and all the information that you have.
Well, thank you.
I had a question. If you eat a proper diet, is it necessary still to have vitamins or take any other supplements?
Well, I think if you had the perfect diet, the answer probably would be no. Sometimes that's hard to get in this day and age, and also because of environmental issues, I think we do need to boost our metabolism, and we need to boost our immune system. So I do take vitamins. I take a general a package of vitamins that include all the B vitamins, which are always necessary to take together. But then I also take some essential greens. I take an essential boost of vitamin D, and I take some superfood types of vitamins also.
Okay, that's interesting. I just wondered. I've been looking into that and trying to change my diet, and just wondering if that would be something I should look into as well.
Well, it's kind of a tiered step. When you changing your diet, I think, is the most important step you can take. First of all, get the best quality food you can take, and then if you want to boost it up even higher, then I would suggest looking out for some really good quality vitamins. There's a lot of what I call crap out there, but there are some really good vitamins too. I think I certainly do feel the difference when I take them. And I've been on vitamins for about 20 years. Okay. So I do notice the difference.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thanks, Ken.
All right.
Bye. Also, in the chat room, we were asked about how to boost your adrenals. Because your adrenal glands are really tied to your immune system, and one of the best ways you can do it, of course, is to eat quality food. Give fast food a break. Don't go for the sugary stuff. Get sugar out of your system. So food is the first thing, again, that's tied to this whole equation of how to get your body functioning in the proper way. So if you're eating good quality food, if you're eating more of a primal diet, you're going to boost those adrenals. Another thing you can do, of course, is breathing properly, taking some deep, heavy breaths in the morning to get things going, and learning how to breathe, different ways of breathing for different purposes. So you need to investigate that. You need to also investigate your stress levels, reduce stress by an exercise program, by giving yourself a break. Getting enough sleep is really important. This day and age, I find a lot of people are either not getting enough rest, or they have a disturbed sleep where they wake up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep. Another thing you can do is by using a green supplement or eating some really good fibrous vegetables, because that's where your antioxidants are. So there's certainly a lot of things you can do. You can also get the vitamin D is really important for your adrenals, because it does boost your whole system, and getting that sunlight is very, very important. Everything is tied to the immune system, so you've got to look at it that way. When you exercise, you've got to get it on a regular basis, and that's the most important. You don't have to do full-out bore exercises. High intensity is important, but you got to get enough rest. Vitamin C is really good. You can make sure that when you exercise, also do a kind of stretching exercises. You can use things like yoga that really will help you relax the body, reduce the stress to your body, and give yourself a break. Your B vitamins are good. The things to avoid are really refined sugar, any processed meat, wheat products, most grains. Make sure you get enough protein, and when I talk about protein, it's animal protein. And you can take supplements like ginseng, and those things will help too. So, those are some of the things that you can do to boost your immune system and your adrenal glands. That's it for today, folks. I really appreciate you hanging in there with me, and I'll be back next week. A couple more weeks to go before the Pan Ams, so I'm training hard. Talk to you later.